Okay, so I'll put the stream up, and what we're going to be doing is a quick tutorial on lighting. And so this is the example that we start with, and whenever we do the in-class example, you're basically going to gut the majority of it, okay? It's not intended to replace your current implementation for the project, all right? It's really to help get your project going in the event that it's all, like whenever it gets to a point that can actually support, you know, loading shaders from the file, so on and so forth. So, it's up?
Yes, sir.
All right, sweet. All right, so I have my...
Are we still going to be like doing this along with it?
No, just watch. You can just watch and like catch me if I fumble. But like if you were watching a tutorial online, you know, it's really to be used as reference later, so that I can I can catch myself, and you can use it whenever you're looking at these things. The way that this is structured is organized for learning. Okay, so 1 second.
Can you decrease your delay or bandwidth issue?
I think it might have been a setting that I had.
Well, no, because Dylan was going right on cue with it.
It's about 15 seconds.
Might be a bad.
No.
You just stepped off screen.
You can come sit next to me if it bothers you that much. I mean, I'm not being weird. I just the reason for it is to get it going. So let's get it going. What should we have whenever we're done? All right. So what I'll do is I'll run the project and show you guys what I have. Okay. So it's a ball. This ball is just colored one color. Okay. The reason why it's colored this way is if we actually go look at the fragment shader, all we are doing is setting it to a very specific color. Okay? So this is what you're going to have whenever you load the project up from the beginning. Okay? The end result will be a shaded ball with, at the very least, Lambert. Okay? So here we go. Alright, the first thing to note is that the following variables are, these are going to be new, okay? And what we need is to have a directional light. As you can see, we need to define what a directional light is, and we need to have it have the diffuse, specular, and the direction that it's actually facing, okay? So if you look inside of the lighting sphere application header file, all we're doing is defining what a directional light is based off of the direction, the diffuse color, and then the specular color. All right. Then we're going to make a material that is defined to have the ambient, diffuse, and specular colors with it, as well as and also having some specular power associated with the material. So these are just these data structures that are going to help us out whenever we go to send the actual information to the card. What are we missing whenever you try to make this translation into your brand new project, or excuse me, integrate this into your new project? We do not have a mesh class. There's no concept of a mesh class. Also, this shader file, shader class, is written a lot differently than how we have ours set up. So let's just go ahead and get started by gutting all of it. Okay, so if we run this thing, let me bring the shader back. Well, even just to show you, like, if I run it right now, you're just gonna get an error. Okay, we do not have a shader bound. We're gonna need, the first thing that we need to do is actually create our shader object, and that's basically where we can just go ahead and start at. Okay. And you need a camera. So the first thing I'll do is I'll go ahead and make this camera. So m_camera is going to be a new camera. So one of the things to note about whenever you're making your camera, I had a lot of problems with what seemed to be a transparency order. And from the things that I read online, like I fought with the GL depth test, GL enabled depth test, this and that. It was really because my near clip plane was too close. Okay, so setting your near clip plane to 1 is totally sufficient. I mean, you want to keep it as far away from you as you can without actually having the view of it be too far away. Okay. Okay, so now that we have a camera, we need to basically tell the camera where it's going to be looking from. And what it's going to be looking at. Okay, so set look at from. So we're going to be looking at the origin, and you have a question, Jeremy? Nope. So we're going to be looking at the origin from position 10, 10, 10. And I believe, yeah, this is looking good. Is the delay still really bad?